Hello, Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck in Love, and today we are talking about breadcrumbing. What in the heck it is? Well, many people know what it is. I mean, it is what it sounds like. You meet somebody, there's interest potentially on both sides, and one person may or may not be as interested as the other person. So breadcrumbing happens, and it happens a lot in relationships. It happens when people are in committed relationships too, and that can feel really confusing. So first off, I'm going to talk about breadcrumbing is essentially when somebody gives you just enough, but not really enough to, just enough like a teaser, like the carrot right in front of your face, but not enough to really feel fulfilled or sustained in your connection together. So here's what you do when you suspect someone's breadcrumbing you, and sometimes people will breadcrumb to put you in orbit. And orbit is literally like a stable. So what that means is that, they like you just enough, but to put you on the back burner. So they want to make sure that there's not anybody else better out there. So they do that, and they probably do that with other people too. And, I think breadcrumbing also gets a really bad rap, because I believe that some people breadcrumb because they're not certain. They're not positive. So they might be liking you and super attracted to you one minute, and then the next minute they're not. So there's that kind of whimsical feeling of like, I'm in, I'm out. But here's the thing that you get to do is be super clear on your intention. Be super clear on what it is you want in your love life. So you want a loving, committed relationship that leads towards marriage? Awesome. Great. So you know that. And so you want to know in the dating or getting to know someone what their intentions are. And so they might say their intentions are the same, but their actions aren't leading up that way. And that's why it's really important to take your time to get to know people, because what can occur is somebody might say something, but their actions aren't really aligning, or there's all kinds of scenarios. So here's the thing. Breadcrumbing can get confusing, because you could be dating someone, you're in contact, and then all of a sudden they start to fade off, or maybe you have been doing most of the work and reaching out. So here's what I recommend. If you notice somebody is giving you just a little bit or just enough, my advice is to be, I need to plug in my computer, guys, before I lose you. My advice is to be direct with them and, literally say, hey, I like you, and I'm getting the feeling that maybe you're not as interested in exploring something with me as I am with you. And that's totally fine. I get it. And I wish you the best. I mean, I would literally see you later. Now, here's the thing. With breadcrumbers, they typically come back, or they say, okay, and then they come back and they're like, oh my gosh, my life has just been so busy, and my boss has been breathing down my neck, or whatever it is. They might come back to you. So if you decide, if you feel like, okay, this person deserves another opportunity, or they've shown up enough for you, or, like, get really honest. If they've been breadcrumbing you the whole time, they're probably going to try to get you back in their good graces and then do the same thing again. So you can absolutely give somebody the opportunity, and he gets to also be the one that courts you. So he's putting in a little bit more effort than you. There's some crazy child stuff happening today. Sorry. Life of a mompreneur. Anyway, so with that piece, you want to, definitely know that. Now, there's something else that happens with breadcrumbing that can feel so confusing. And that is what they call gray walling. It's weird. Or no, not gray walling, gray rocking. I just learned this, but I always thought it was stonewalling, but it's not. So it's called gray rocking when maybe you send a text, or like, I don't know, maybe you guys are supposed to get together and he sends some text like, oh, take care, hope all's well. It's just out of context, and it doesn't really fit what anything in the conversation. So it's really tries to throw you in a gray area. And many women, what happens is when they've gone through enough stuff, they'll have this, they have a really hard time even trusting themselves or their intuition, because their intuition is blocked by all kinds of stuff from the past. And what happens is then you start going into your head and always operating from your headspace with love. So that means, like, you're looking down at text messages and you're, like, dissecting them and, asking yourself, what does that mean? And when you clear that space, clear that heart space, and you learn to really, really honor yourself and stay in your power, here's what happens. You start attracting men that want what you want too, that are really clear with wanting what you want and wanting to show up, like their actions and words are aligning, because you have the space in your heart to open up to it. Oftentimes we allow breadcrumbing, and a lot of it too is our human spirit. As humans, we want to feel validated. We want to be seen. And if you have people or someone in your life that, and the breadcrumbing could even be someone that pops up every once in a while and maybe flirts a little bit. That could be it too. But you just want to be really clear that if that's not aligned with your vision and it's taking up space in your life, you get to have that conversation and wish them the best. And, like I said, a lot of times they'll try to come back, or they won't necessarily listen to you. Or they won't necessarily listen to you. So what that means is they won't respect your wishes. They won't take you seriously. And here's why. Because you haven't set boundaries with them in the past, and you've allowed it. And, the thing with boundaries is it's uncomfortable at first. It feels like, it feels like it's like you're doing the wrong thing, or you might even feel bad. So with boundaries, you get to get used to it and believe them, obviously with love. So I'm reading a question here. Someone who takes several hours a day to reply to a text, breadcrumbing deal via the dating apps. The answer is no, because you haven't even really established anything with them. And I highly recommend, if you're on the dating apps, you just want to get off of them as quickly as possible. So, and what I mean by that is, if you're messaging with a connection, you want to move it into a phone call really quickly, because the longer you text on a dating app, the less likely it is to meet that you'll meet. And some people are on dating apps and they're window shopping. They're not necessarily in a space where they're ready to jump out there and date, or they're still seeing somebody, but that's not going great. So so there's all kinds of variables, or they've gone through divorce or something difficult in their life. Anyway, I hope sincerely this has helped you, and I hope that you can hear me amongst all of the crazy kid noise back there. Got a wild one on my hands. And that this has been super supportive. Okay. Yeah, you definitely want to phone screen him first. And, something to do, just to give you a quick coaching around, like inspiring them to call, is to say, oh, here's my number. I'd love to have a quick phone chat before meeting in person. When, what's a good time to talk? And then maybe you guys set a roundabout time. And I like to say quick 10-minute phone chat, because most guys don't really like to talk on the phone that much. And if you say 10 minutes, they go, oh, okay. So it's only 10 minutes. It's not that long. And then, we get a feel for one another, and then we meet. So I hope that helps you. I'm sending you guys so much love. Have an amazing rest of your day. If you know a woman that you feel that needs to hear this message today, please share the love. And let me know, like, one big, golden nugget that you took away from this. I would love to hear it. I'm here to support you on your quest for lasting love. And if you're on YouTube and you happen to like my video, just please give me a like, thumbs up, and hit the bell to subscribe to my channel. And IGTV, hello you guys, good to see you. And I love your questions and comments too. All right, have an amazing day. Bye.